Hey there, Ruthless Church. How's it going? This morning, I'm going to explore a question that I guess kind of basically is the foundation of most religions. We pretty much are all trying to figure out the answer to the questions: who am I? Where did I come from? What am I supposed to do here? And where do I go when I'm done here? Well, I'm going to sum all those up into one single question, which is, what is my real name? So, for those of you Bible scholars or just people who know something about it, you probably know that Moses, when God sent him to free the slaves, he said, well, who should I say sent me? And essentially, I take that as saying, well, what's your name, man? And God said, I am that I am. And I know if you're paying attention to popular stuff, you know that that I am thing is becoming pretty prevalent in a lot of circles. I know Beyonce had her I am joint. And then, a lot of people come to that awareness and they're like, well, who am I, And then God's just basically like, I be who I be. I am who I am. I'm the isness of all being. Yada, yada, yada. So, anyway, I think that's a fundamental question that we should all ask ourselves. Like, who are we? What's our name? And I guess the reason why what's my real name kind of encompasses all those other previously aforementioned questions is because historically, in a lot of cultures, not America per se, but in a lot of cultures, like a person's name said a lot about them. And I heard that there's some African proverb that says that people have 12 attributes of whatever their name is. So like my name's Pedro, so it means rock. So I would have 12 attributions or 12 attributes of a rock. So that means like I'm hard and rough. Yeah. No, well, actually, so I guess maybe I'm not a rock. Maybe my name should mean pillow. But at any rate, I'm stuck with rock, so let's try to live into that. Being that we're supposed to have these attributes of our name, it's kind of important what you name people. And but our culture's kind of past that. So we got people with all sorts of names. Some of them highly creative. I won't get into some of those names, but I won't even say it. Because just in case she's my Facebook friend, I don't know if she is, so I'm not going to say this one name. But at any rate, let's just say that if you've been given a name that doesn't seem to match you, maybe it's a good question to ask God or the Holy Spirit or the universe or however you express it is, what is my real name? In other words, what is my calling? In Spanish they say, when they say, what's your name? They say, no, como te llamas, so what is that? Which is like, what do they call you? And what they call you says a lot. I'm kind of going all over the place with this, but so let me just go like this. All right, so at any rate, there's a story where God tells Isaiah, pretty sure it's Isaiah, before you were formed in your mother's womb, I knew you. So when I think about that, I think about, well, who did God know me to be before I was formed in my mother's womb? My pre-incarnate being, my pre-incarnate reality. So, because I'm assuming if he knew Isaiah, then he knew me too. So I want to know the person that God knew before I was formed in my mother's womb. Because to me, that's the real me. And then, like, the me that you see on these videos, or if you know me in person, that me is, how do you say, a symbol of the real me. So, like, if you see a little white swoosh on a red background, you'll say, oh, that stands for Coke. But, I mean, Coca-Cola. I should say that. That stands for Coca-Cola. But it's not Coca-Cola. You're not going to be able to drink a white swoosh on a red background and satisfy your thirst, right? So the Coke is just a symbol of that idea of the beverage Coke. So in the same way, to a degree, even the name that I've been given, or the looks that I have, or the other things that someone associates with this being that we know as Pedro, is only a symbol of the full being that God knew before I was formed in my mother's womb. Just like they say that Jesus was the expressed image of the invisible God. Well, each one of us is the expressed image of an invisible something or the other, and that invisible something or the other is the fullness of who we are. I think Paul even said something to the effect of, yeah, it was Paul, said that the things that we see come from the things that are unseen. So if I see you, that you are actually the results of an unseen, first and foremost, unseen God from my point of view, but also an unseen being of who you are. So whoever I see is just a fraction, if that, of who you really are. So when I ask, or if I figure out or come in contact with that being my pre-incarnate being, my me that God knew before I was formed in my mother's womb, then all the rest of the questions kind of fall into place. So the rest of the stuff, like, if I know who I really am, then I know why I'm here. I know where I came from. I know what I'm supposed to do. And I know that wherever I came from is where I'm going back to when I'm finished here. So that's why it's important to me to say, what's my real name, or what's my real calling, or who am I before my pre-incarnate self came into the scene. And I'm pretty sure that pre-incarnate self is still, or is influencing what you might perceive as the incarnate self, and that every little thing I do, which might not look like much, is being informed by this greater being that, maybe very few of us come in contact with. So at any rate, I hope you get something out of this. I hope that somehow my invisible self encounters your invisible selves, and we all become more conscious of who we really are. And hope we do something fun with it. See you.